Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Mickey Dub and we react to the latest and greatest Island videos, so if you're into that kind of thing, please consider subscribing. But today is episode 5 and today is finally the day where it's all in your hands. But first off, I would just like to start this video by saying thank each and every one of you. It really makes my life complete when every week I come back and seeing all the enthusiastic commenters on all of my Island videos. Like, I really love interacting with all of you and I love the fact that you keep coming back for more, and I really appreciate this small little community that we've grown together. So I really want to say a massive shout out to all of you, so thank you so much for that. Now a quick PSA, make sure you vote for your favourite Island member. I cannot stress this enough. All you have to do is log on to the Weverse app and vote for your favourite 6 members that you want to go on to part 2 for the final 12. So this is going to be the last time that we see some of these boys in this competition, and it's starting to get heated. Now I can't believe that we're already at the stage already where we're actually going to fully eliminate some members, and you kind of feel so attached to them now that you can't believe that some of them are actually leaving. And I feel like we haven't really had the chance to see the potential of all the members. Now last episode they left us on a bit of a cliffhanger, wondering what Sanu and Daniel got for their grounds performance of Save Me. Oh, it just touched me. What an amazing performance. But let's start there and we'll see where we go. Now, as soon as the episode starts, I can't help but laugh because my man, the #1 man in our show, Nam Kung Min, the host, finally gets some airtime. Like, let's be honest guys, like he should be the #1 person in Ireland. Okay, so Sanu and Daniel finally got the number for their performance, and 81 to 74? Really? I'm just so disheartened because I feel like that Sanu and Daniel, I was really rooting for them so much, and I feel like it's a bit unfair because I felt like they were at least an 83. Like, surely they could have given them the edge considering later on when they're reviewing the dances. Spoiler alert, they lose as well. And I really don't appreciate this kind of editing either. Like, just because Sanu's looking at the ground doesn't mean he's bitter. Like, why give him that caption? And just fast forwarding a bit, Rain said to Daniel that his walking was unstable on the stage. I'm just like, so that made 8 points difference. Daniel's unstable walking, like he knows how to walk. Alright, now we move on to the dance performances, starting with the grounds and... I don't really know how to feel about this performance. Like, I feel like they were a little bit sloppy at the beginning. Like, I just feel like they weren't hitting hard enough and they weren't really too synchronized either. I felt like it was a bit of a missed opportunity. I really think that the person who brought it most was Nikki, and I really loved Nicholas's b-boying as well. I also felt like even though the grounds performance wasn't perfect, they did have a lot of fun, and I loved the choreography they had at the end for G-Dragon's song. I felt like it was really light and fun, and they still hit a little bit harder there. Now, just before we get on to the Island dance performance, let's talk about my man Jay. Now, as we all know, Jay is very proficient in dance. He was sidelined by Kay and Sunghoon. Now, from what I can see, it looks like Jay is only having difficulty nailing only 2 parts of the whole choreography. But Sunghoon, the beautiful ice skater that he is, nails those things perfectly. But then Sion orchestrates this whole thing where all the members have to either vote between Jay and Sunghoon. I feel like if one person got 6 votes and the other person got 4, that is not a unanimous vote. If they voted like that, then they should have just left Jay in there and just tried to work with Jay to nail those parts. It's not that hard. Jay's like an amazing dancer. Now I'm going to shout out to one of my commenters from my last video. Wallace says, Sion deserves to go to the ground, he adds nothing, he only appears when the island is voting. Is he really the one who trained the most? It doesn't seem like it. Well, here we have Sion in his bedroom. He's the only one laying in his room. I'm not really sure the last time we saw Sion. I think it was in episode 2. I feel like I haven't seen Sion sing. I haven't seen him dance. I've just seen him be political in who gets voted out and who has what part in the performance. Like, I mentioned in one of my previous episodes, sneaky Sion, and I really feel like Sion is being extra sneaky in this video as well. I'm sorry everybody, but it's time to go. Sion. Oh, Jay, please, me too. Alright, now the Islanders do their dance performance and ooh boy, this is just mwah, mwah, mwah. I love everything, like I love everything about this dance. This dance I feel is technically flawless, like just the way Sehun spins and the way K does K, like the way K does everything all the time is just like I actually just can't. Like when they transition into JD's One of a Kind, I'm just like, K. Are you serious, Kay? Like, I know I keep saying it, but I just feel like Kay has so much sexual energy and just like, and it's just like, and it just goes straight through the screen, and you're just like, Kay, like I'm happy, but Kay, like, what are you doing? I just wanna know more. Get out. So the scores for Island and the Ground is 154 to 139, and to be honest, I kind of felt like it was leaning that way. When they revealed the ground score, I felt like it would be 130 something. So basically this just reconfirms my doubts of the previous episode, that the whole previous episode is pretty much pointless because everybody just stays where they are. Now of course the performance they're doing today is called the Final 12, and I thought what better way than to give my predictions of my Final 12 participants. So here's my list. We've got Daniel, Hee-sung, Jake, Jay, Kay, Sunghoon, Sunu, Taki, Nikki, Jungwon, Yeonu, and Hanbin. Now, I would love to hear your final 12 in the comments below, and I would love to see how right we are on the next episode, but I really honestly feel like that those 12 people have shown enough promise in the program to continue, and the others would have a strong fan base as well who would do their best to vote their favourite in. I love it how when they're talking about international voters and Jake saying, oh, the people in Australia, they probably won't vote. Well, hello Jake, I'm right here for you. I'm Team Jake for life. Team Jake, hashtag Team Jake. Let's get it. Now I'm really excited that they have a fresh new song for this performance called I&CREDIBLE. Okay, I wonder how long it took them to make up that name. Now, when all of the trainees are training for this performance, there's this underlying feeling which I really don't like about how each one of them just wants to be individual. There's people like Nikki that are getting all uptight, they don't want to train because they just want to be individuals and they don't want to teach everybody else because it's taking time away from them. But that's not the point, you're going to end up being in a boy group. When everybody else is doing their group performance, you're going to look so out of place being the only person who clearly trained individually. So I really don't like it how everybody's just so apart and broken, where in the island and the ground they're all just training by themselves, and I really feel like the boys just need to band together and just be the best them they can be. So in the island, of course, the lovely Jay, being the beautiful, gorgeous man that he is, decides to train all the other members, and it really is in stark contrast, Jay and Nikki, as to who is going to step up to the plate and actually help the team, and who is actually just going to stand away and just do everything by themselves. And there's a saying for things like that, where the going gets tough, the tough get going. Now, if I think that there's one thing that we can all take away from this episode, it's the fan service. There's one particular part in this episode where they're all showing off each other's tricep, and Kay just decides to rip up the whole side of his shirt, and then everybody just runs up and touches him, like... Yeah, same. So soon after, Rain goes to the ground to support them and give them some advice, and of course they disappoint him by not having a leader. Now, I was under the impression that Hanbin was the leader, but I think he's just the first position. They needed like a leader for the team, and they didn't really have that. And I really feel like that Nikki let everybody down by always going on about how upset he is and how he's been stuck in the past and let everybody else down. He's letting them down more by thinking about himself and not being a part of this production. Now, I wasn't as frustrated as Nikki saying no as I was at everybody else not standing up and putting their hand up. Like, there's so many talented people in the grounds and not one of them has put their hand up to teach everybody else. If Nikki doesn't want to do it, then somebody should put their hand up. And I think Rain is totally right when he says that they should look at themselves in the mirror because they all look so defeated. And there's no need for that. Like, just band together and be strong grounds. The grounds fighting. The grounds fighting. The grounds fighting. Now, when the grounds performed for Rain, they really popped off. Like, they were so good, and I feel like they were so on point for a group that feels like that they've kind of lost everything. So I'm really hopeful for what their performance brings later. Now, after a lot of convincing, Nikki finally decides to lead the team, and I actually have a newfound respect for Nikki after seeing him do this, because I really appreciate that he actually put himself aside for once and actually thought for what's best of the team. So props to you, Nikki. Thank you so much for that. And then we quite possibly have the worst ending for any episode this series. They just do this really weird montage at the end, and then they realize that Sion is the first person that gets voted out by the judges. I'm like, what a surprise. All Sion did was just lay up in his bed chilling. The whole ending was just a mess, and there's so many questions left unanswered, but I guess the one answer is that Sion ain't there anymore. Bye, sneaky Sion. Well, leaving us on another cliffhanger. I can't wait to see what's on the next episode, but thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate and love each and every one of you. Please leave a comment below. I cannot wait to reply to all of them, and I'll see all of you on the next episode. It won't be too far away. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.